So today I want to create a soft Mother's Day look, okay? As we get older, a lot of people like to power on makeup. I do not. I like my makeup to look more natural, to make you say, is she wearing makeup or what is she wearing? You know, I like a more natural approach. To me, the more makeup you wear, the older you look. I'm going to go ahead and start off with my hyaluronic acid. And for those of you that do not know who I am NeeCJae. I focus on makeup, skincare, and so much more. So if that sounds like something you like, go ahead and click that subscribe button and click that notification bell so anytime I do a video, you'll be the first one notified. So without further ado, let's jump on in this. All right, and so I am using the hyaluronic acid 2% B5 from The Ordinary, okay? Everything that I talk about will be listed in the description box below, okay? So this is by The Ordinary. I wanted to try a different hyaluronic acid, something more affordable, and I really like The Ordinary products. So this right here is really great. And I apply it down on my neck. I do not apply it on my little scars here. This is from my surgery. So, you know, my surgery that recently had unexpectedly. So I know I've been talking about that a lot because I'm still kind of a little bit in shock. But anyhow, let me go ahead and apply this to my skin. I've already cleansed my skin. And I will have to show you my updated skincare routine if I would try to find one and link it up here somewhere. This is my vitamin C from The Ordinary. I like this vitamin C. It's vitamin C suspension, 25% HA Spears. So let me. Again, I'm not going to show all of the products, but I just wanted to show you this one because this is a newer one for me. But I really like the way this vitamin C makes my skin look. It feels a little gritty at first, but I'm like, what is that? It feels a little weird, but I do like the way my skin feels when I apply this on. It feels a little different than normal, okay? I just want to let you know that. But it's a different type of vitamin C in my opinion, but I do like the way my skin looks. After wearing it for about a week, I did notice my skin was a little brighter. Sometimes I like to do that, switch up my products, you know, just to see. Sometimes your skin can get used to certain products, which is fine, but I just like to try different vitamin C's and hyaluronic acids. And this one is a little different. It doesn't play well with some skincare products, but it does well with The Ordinary products, I must say. So. And the moisturizer I'm using today is just my regular Pond's moisturizer, just a little bit, okay? Next, I'm going in with my sunscreen, and this is by Murad, and this is more like a gel consistency sunscreen. I love it because it looks like almost a Vaseline. I really like the consistency of this. It leaves no white cast at all. And any remaining products, I always apply it to my hands, always. Okay. So now, with this soft look, you can actually use whatever your favorite foundation is, a foundation powder if you want to conceal, but whatever you use, you want to use a little bit of it, okay? A little bit goes a long way. You don't want to, in my opinion, as I get older, I like a more soft, flawless but soft, okay? Now, what I'm using today is my Makeup Forever. It's the HD Skin Hydra Glow, okay? And I am in 3 in 40. I like to shake it up. okay? And I just add a little bit, just one little tap, okay? And I take this and I just tap a few dabs onto my skin, just a couple of dabs. I just use one little squirt, and this will be enough. And I'm going to show you how, and I just place it and stipple it onto my skin. This little bit, this is it, okay? This is what I want to show you, how to get a flawless look without just going overboard, okay? And just caking your face with makeup. So I'm taking my BK Beauty 101 brush, and I'm just going to apply this all over. I'm just gonna run this down my neck. And whatever's left on here, you still can use. It's just this one little tap, not a whole bunch. Now, if you need to, you can add a little bit more. Me, this is all I use. And right now, at the moment, this is one of my favorite foundations that a little bit goes a long way. It actually makes your skin, gives your skin this glow to it without looking greasy. I don't like anything that looks greasy. And this just works for my skin. I have very bone dry skin, okay? As I've gotten older, my skin has gotten drier. I'm 53 years old. And when I was younger, I was combination. Now I'm just dry. And you want to pull the rest of this down your neck. Okay? Whatever's left on the brush, just pull it down your neck. And usually being that normally I would take a damp beauty sponge and damp it, but I do not need to do that because I'm not using a lot, okay? That's the key. I'm not using a lot. Now, anything else, if you want to spot conceal, if you see anything that you want to conceal, one of my favorite concealers is by Hourglass, and I'm in the shade Doom. You can just go in and just spot conceal if you want to, you know, anything that you see. And I just take and just kind of tap it in with my finger, or you can go in with your brush and just conceal. And just conceal anything that you want to hide a little bit more. Okay, so next I'm just taking my Revolution, the Power Brow, and I'm in a brown, and just gonna do my eyebrows. And I just brush them up. My eyebrows are a little thin, okay? They're sparse. So I'm just going to just fill them in a little bit, making them look natural. I don't like anything that's too dark. I always like a brown. I never use black on my brows. Black is just extremely too harsh. Very harsh, actually, okay? So I never use black. Always brown, light brown. Depends on my hair color. When I was using color, I would use taupe. But now my hair is just a brown, a darker brown, because I have no color. Trying to stay away from color. Going in and cleaning this up with the Anastasia Hair Pro pencils, like a brow pencil. I do this instead of concealer. It's easier for me. And I'm just cleaning it up some. I'm using the BK Beauty 209 to clean it up. It's a little brush. I guess you can use it for your lips or your brows, but I'm using it for my brows. I like the way it cleans up. And I'm just taking the rest of it and just going over the front of my brows, because usually your brows go from lighter to darker, you know, so. And again, you're never going to get your brows to look exactly the same I was always told when on my makeup counters when I first started, I was really trying to get my brows to look the same, and one of the girls said they're sisters, not twins. One of the older ladies that was, because I was young working there, she said, your brows are sisters, they're not twins. You're never going to get them to look alike. They're not twins. And that always stuck with me. So, I want to look natural, but I may wear a little bit of eyeshadow from one of Natasha Denona's, of course, one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes. But I like it because I like Natasha Denona's. I like her eyeshadows because of how it looks and feels on my skin. So, but right now, I'm going to use the Hourglass, the same one, but not much. And I'm just going to place a little bit on my eyelids. I'm going to use this as like an eyeshadow base or primer, because I'm out of primer. I really do need to get me some more products. Do a little bit of shopping. And I'm just going to apply this where any discoloration is at over here. Anywhere where there's a little bit of darkness, you know, discoloration on my eyelids. I want to really cover it up like this. And I'm going to use a little bit of my Hourglass setting powder on the lids just to dust across it to set it. I don't need any creasing right now. I just want to set that. My phone is just going off. Let me go ahead and cut it off. Put it on salad. Okay. So today for my soft look, one of my favorite palettes. I know you all are tired of seeing this palette, but I love this palette by Natasha Denona. It's the Retro palette. Now I have many palettes, but this is one of my favorite palettes. I love the color story on this palette. And I would try to link the palette up here somewhere so you can see the color or the shades that I am applying. Not many. I'm going in right now with Nude Mauve. And I'm just going to start right around the crease area, a little bit above the crease. Give it a little bit of depth. Not doing a whole bunch. Usually I use this all over the lid, but just around the upper part today. I'm using the BK Beauty 202 brush. It's a little pointy and it just helps really get right above that hooded, the crease area, and my eyes are hooded. So just right here on that bone area a little bit. I'm not doing a whole bunch to this, just really trying to give it a little bit of depth. That's it. Not doing a whole bunch because I don't a lot of times do a lot with my eyes. Not like I used to. I used to, when I was younger, I used to really go in with the eyeshadow and the lashes and all of that. Now I wear lashes, but I like the corner lashes. I like, sometimes if I'm really going on a really nice event, I may wear lashes, but 9 times out of 10 I'm wearing my mascara. I keep it simple, unless it's really something elegant, fancy, then I'm pulling out my lashes. Or if I just feel like wearing lashes that day, I may. The next shade I'm going in with is called Amara, and I'm just doing a little bit on the outer corners and into that crease, a little bit on the outer corners and a little bit into the crease. Just a little bit, okay? And I'm really going to blend this in well. Using Circle of Motions and the same little 202 brush by BK Beauty. Circle of Motions, back and forth. Just blending in very well. Now, you do not have to use eyeshadow at all. What you could do is just use some bronzer, just to give you a little bit of color on your lids. Just a little bit of, you know, you don't even have to do this. I'm just doing this because I really don't wear a lot of eyeshadow, and I want to do something a little different for Mother's Day. You know, something soft and pinky, but nothing too much. And I'm just using one shade, like 3 shades total, and that's it. But I'm doing something really basic. But look, if you feel like you cannot do this, just use some bronzer and just apply it all over your lid, you know, in the areas where you want to deepen. You can put a little bit more. Same thing in the outer corners like I'm doing with the bronzer. You can do this with the bronzer, okay? So don't let this intimidate you. Sometimes people say, this is too much. I'm not experienced. You don't have to do this. Just use a little bit of bronzer and treat it the same way, okay? Just go in. You can apply it all over your lid at first, and then a little bit more of the bronzer, and just put it on the outer corners. It gives it a more deeper look, just with bronzer, okay? I do it all the time. I have several videos on here where I just use bronzer, okay? So do not let that intimidate you. Now, the next thing, I'm just going in with this very light shade. It's not a shimmer at all, but it appears to be a shimmer. I don't know, I just like the shade. And it's called Vivian, I believe it's called. And I'm taking the BK Beauty 206 brush, and I'm just going to apply that right in the center. And that is it. This is it. Sometimes when I do this makeup look, a lot of people say, well, I cannot do that eyeliner on top of my lid, that liquid liner. My hand isn't steady. Okay, then let me show you a little trick then. We're not going to apply the liquid liner over the lid today because I do want this to be a look that maybe anyone can do. So let's take a liner, a black liner. This is a black eyeliner. And you can just pull your lid up a little bit and apply it under your eye, okay? This gives the illusion of thicker lashes, and we won't go over the eye, okay? I'm gonna show you the difference. If you can, just lift your lid up a little bit. And I don't have any on here. I can see it already giving a little bit more depth. Now I'm just going to use one of my favorite by Essence mascara called Lash Princess, okay? Whatever mascara that you have that you like, or you can go in with lashes and without using, you know, the liquid liner on top. And here you go. I'm just gonna apply, oops, let me, almost forgot to curl my lashes, okay? I believe it helps to do this. I love to do this first. Love to use my curl lashes. Now I apply. Sometimes I forget because I'm so excited about showing you this. So you can tell the difference. This makes your lashes look fuller. I didn't put it on top of my lid, you know, the liquid liner, but it just gives your lashes a fuller look. You can do this also with false lashes. And if you like, you can take the pencil and just go down a little bit further into this area. See the difference? I'm going to go ahead and finish this eye now. So now this is done. One in now is with this is an eyeliner by NARS, and it is a brown. I'm just gonna use this in my. It is a brown liner. Something that you don't have to wear liner if you don't want to. Sometimes I do not. But anyway, if I do wear liner, I'm using brown, or I'm using my bronzer as a liner. And that's exactly what I'm going to do after I added the liner, the brown liner. I'm just going in with my bronzer and kind of smoking it out. Let me get a little smaller brush to really go in here and smoke it out. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to use this 204 brush by BK Beauty. And apply my bronzer. And smoke it out that way, that way. It gives it more of a lighter look. You can just go in anyway too, and just, if you want to, with the angle brush, which is the 205, with nothing on it, and just smoke it even further out. That way it doesn't look so harsh up at it. But, you know, you can just use bronzer. So I'm going to use this concealer by Viera, Luxury Concealer in medium, okay? Here it is right here. And I'm just going to use a little tiny bit. Now, you don't have to. Just a little bit, because they say a little bit of this goes a long way. This is a newer concealer. And I'm just putting a tap. That's all. I don't like to use a bunch of concealer under my eyes because I do not like it to crease, but this concealer is supposed to be like a concealer that does not crease. My motto is, if you don't need concealer, don't use it. And I'm just taking the concealer brush. This is by BK Beauty, the Hot and Flashy A506. Okay, and what I'm doing is just using very lightly. I told you I do not like to use a lot of concealer, and the thing is, I do not take it all the way up. I just do it around it, right in this area, because concealer, to me, putting a lot of things under the eye area can cause a lot of creasing that can make you look older. I'm not about that life, okay? We are already getting older, and I like to stay right in this area, right in this area. Apply as needed. Sometimes I do not even apply concealer. I will just apply like my Dermatology Luminous Eye Corrector, and that is it. Sometimes that is all I need. But today it looks like I need a little bit of concealer. Plus, taking pictures, I really want everything to look really nice and soft, okay? So that's why I'm going in with my brush, and I do not take it all the way up again, okay? I just go stop right here. And what I want to do to really make sure everything is blended in, I always just kind of go back with my finger just to make sure everything is blended well. Taking my Hourglass powder in the shade, it says Diffuse Light. I love Hourglass. It's so very finely milled, and I dust off any excess, and I just go in right there to set. That is it. I do not bake. I do not use a whole bunch of, I do not like that at all. So I do not bake. Okay? And that is it for my set. Very light, and that is it, okay? So, now basically my eyes are done. Now what I'm going to do now is go in with a bronzer. This is one of my favorite bronzers by Charlotte Tilbury. It's so time for me to get another one, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and make some other orders. I have other bronzers, but this is the one that I always reach for. And I use the Iconic one too. That's another one of my favorite bronzers. Matter of fact, let me just use the Iconic bronzers today. I love Charlotte Tilbury, but we're going to use the Iconic. This is one of my favorite. I'm almost getting ready to hit pan in the middle of this one. But I'm just going to take this and going to lightly. It's going to look like a lot, but it's not, okay? Lightly go over my cheekbones because I'm sculpting right now. I'm just carving out my face, making these little jewels right here disappear. Okay? Just going just very lightly. You don't want anyone to see that you are doing this. Like, you don't want this to appear as some lines. Like, oh, it's an illusion. So you just want to kind of buff that out a little bit. And your cheeks area. I'm doing this on my nose. Right down. Just to make everything. And this is just like an illusion, okay? It makes your face look slimmer. It gives you that sun-kissed look. Bronzer, that's all it adds, another depth of dimension, I'll say, to your skin. I do it on my foreheads and blend. That's the thing. You want to blend it where you don't want to look like you just have some lines going down your face. You want to hide these jewels. What I do, I like to take the end of my concealer brush and just once I apply the bronzer on the sides of my nose, go down it with concealer. Just to blend that out and make it look natural. I don't add any more. I'm not adding any more concealer. Just using what I have on my brush. And that's it. Because I'm not trying to make myself look so sculpted, but just highlight a little bit. I'm not doing the highlight look. Sometimes when concealer is too light, it can make you look older under your eyes and all over here. So you just want to give a little bit of light to this, okay? Just a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is take my damp beauty sponge. I have a damp makeup sponge, and I just kind of go over this to make sure everything is blended in the powder, okay? Now, I moisturize my skin thoroughly, so with this Hydro Glow, it's very hydrating. This foundation, and I used a little bit. I didn't use a whole bunch. So I'm just going in because I just want to make sure everything is blended in seamlessly. Now, again, I'm taking this is Hourglass. I love Hourglass products. Lately, this is my thing, okay? And I'm going in with this beauty palette. I have like powder, bronzer, blush, and a highlighter in here. So I'm going to go in and use all of this. This is going to go back in with my blush and everything. So I'm taking, where is my, oh, here it is. The same angle brush that I used the bronzer. This is a bronzer too. And I like to mix the bronzer and the blush together and just apply it right there on my cheek. I don't do it down here because I don't want the rosy cheeks. I do it up here. To me, it gives the illusion, and it still gives you a little bit of blush, but you're not bringing it all the way down to the rosy. That makes you look older as well. And I hear people say, well, it just depends on your face. Yeah, but you still can rub, like a lot of people rub it to give them that more, what is it, flush look up here. But if you still do it up here, it still gives the appearance of coming way down here. It just does. It trick up the eye, okay? Now, also with this, I'm going in with the highlighter, and I'm using a angle brush, the 112 by BK Beauty, and I'm just applying it right above the blush area. I mean, yeah, where I applied the blush, right there, and on each side. Okay, just a little bit. I'm not doing a whole bunch of highlighting. no more because a lot of highlighting is not in like that. You just want to give a natural glow, okay? I was going a little bit over my nose, a little bit around his mouth, just a little bit. Just a little bit of glow, okay? You're not glowing. You don't want to look like a crystal ball, okay? You just want to give it a natural glow within. A lot of times I would do this after, but after I do it, but that's too much sometimes. So I'm going to do it, and then apply my powder, and then spray, and it looks like a natural within, okay? Using the same brush, not adding anything extra. Using what I already have on my brush. Now, what I want to go in and do is take the 103, not a big fluffy brush, and I'm just going to set the areas that I want to set using this Hourglass Diffuse Light setting powder. And I just go in and tap around the nose area, eye area again, but not much. I don't use this to tear. I dip it in here a little bit, circle around, tap off, and just apply this onto. This helps your makeup stay on, and it sets everything. I'm taking my Urban Decay All Nighter, and I'm going to spray and set everything. What I want to say, I don't put mascara under the lower lashes because in my opinion, at my age 53, it makes me look older when I apply mascara under my bottom lashes. I don't like it. It just makes me look older. Some people, it really looks nice on, but not for me. It does not at all. So now, once this is drying, it's still drying, and this still looks nice and soft, nothing overdone. And I'm using this lip liner by MAC, and I've had it for so many years. And it's still good. I think it's like a violet. The name has rubbed off, but I love it with a lot of my lipsticks. My lips are already big. I don't need to make them bigger. If you wanted to make them bigger, you would go it above the line. I'm actually on the line, okay? This is one of my favorite liquid lipsticks, okay? Liquid matte lipsticks. And this is by Milani. It is number 11, Precious. I get so many compliments. Even you guys ask me all the time. But I'm almost out of it, and I'm so sad. I'm going to get some more. I told you I haven't been shopping in a while. That surgery that I had, I'm still really recovering. As you can see, these are some of the marks from it. I tell you, it was a surprise, and I'm still recovering. I'm at home. I haven't went back to work yet. But I'm so thankful to be here, you know. So, and I'm just adding this on my lips. I know I talk about it a lot because sometimes, you know, talking about it is therapy. And it was such a shock and so fast. Everything went so fast and unexpected, you know. So sometimes you may hear me talk about it. I'm sorry if it annoys you. But I'm just applying this on my lips. Not kind of over the line, you know, a little bit. Okay. Now I'm taking this lip gloss by Maybelline. It's called Lift the Gloss with hyaluronic acid. Adding the gloss because it does give it a more softer look with the gloss. And now all we have to do is this head. So let's work on it. So this is the final look. I love to create a really soft, natural look. I know as we get older, sometimes with our skin changing, you may think or feel like you should add more makeup. I'm just the opposite. I love to hide or correct my blemishes, but I also still like to give it a natural look. And you don't have to break the bank. You can use the makeup that you have, the concealers or foundation, but just use a little bit less. That is what it's all about, in my opinion. Just using what you have and using a little less. To me, less is best, especially when you want to create a natural, flawless look. You don't have to go all in and pile the makeup on and pile on the eyeshadows and foundations. You can make a beautiful, soft look just with a lighter hand, okay? So anyway, guys, I hope this video was helpful and interesting. If it was, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel on the way out if you haven't done so already. And thank you so very much for just taking time out to watch my videos. I greatly appreciate it. Peace and love until next time. Bye.